After Moremi disgraced Martha out of the school, she quickly laid low and continued her schooling till she graduated from St. Thomas Secondary School, while Martha had to register for her high school certificate far away from their area as an external candidate. Not long after, Moremi secured admission into a prestigious university in the country. At first, it seemed like Moremi had turned over a new leaf, but this wasn't the case. Moremi was only serious in the university for the first year because she was trying to understand the environment better. After a while, she made friends with like-minded people like her, but she understood the importance of education. She would just tag along with them to wherever they were going and pretend that she was with them. She encouraged them to do bad things. Moremi will go to night parties with them every time. In fact, she had a timetable of upcoming parties and served as an alarm clock to remind them of such parties when the time got close. Meanwhile, she would go with them for the parties, excuse herself telling them she wants to go and see a boy she met at the party, go back home and sleep. In the morning, she would dress up and go for lectures. Her new friends, Omolara and Onyiko, would be at home sleeping off the effects of the night party, while Moremi had gone for lectures. By noon, Omolara and Onyiko would wake up and then prepare for class, missing all their morning lectures. When they get to school, they will meet up with Moremi, who would then begin to tell them about the imaginary man she went to meet at the party and how he gave her money. The other girls would begin to hail her, telling her to introduce them to such men so that they can also be big girls. At the end of the day, Moremi would have succeeded in confusing them. When it was time for tests or examinations or assignments, Moremi would tell them it wasn't important, that they should go out on dates instead. However, Moremi would pay people to write her tests for her. Moremi would also stay up in the middle of the night doing her assignments and reading, and start acting nonchalant towards education in the morning. This continued for a while until one day the three friends went out to a party as usual. Moremi left, saying she had met a man as usual. Not long after she left, a fight broke out at the party and the police was called. Everyone was arrested, including Omolara and Onyiko. When asked to produce someone who would meet their bail requirements, Omolara and Onyiko, who were scared to call their parents, produced Moremi's phone number with hope that she would come to their rescue and deliver them. However, Moremi refused to come to the station and even blocked their phone numbers from calling her phone. Omolara and Onyiko were in a dilemma. They didn't want to get in trouble with their parents. They quickly remembered the street preacher that preached to them that night before they were arrested. They quickly went through the clothes they wore that night and saw the phone number written on a piece of paper. They called the number and the preacher came and bailed them. The preacher took them to the church and scolded them for their attitude. They were remorseful and explained how Moremi led them astray. They felt stupid after one of the ladies in the church told them how Moremi would always go home after they get to the club. They cried and vowed to teach Moremi a lesson and turn over a new leaf. They came back and pretended that they were with Moremi. Moremi told them her phone was stolen and she just bought a new phone. They pretended as if they didn't already know that she went about mounting them when they were arrested. Whenever she would invite them to a party, they would leave as soon as she leaves as well. This continued for a while until it got to a time to write tests. As usual, Moremi told them tests weren't important and they all left. When they got to a place, Omolara and Onyikon excused themselves to go and meet their dates and went back to write their tests. They reported Moremi to the invigilator that someone was writing tests for her. This was against the university rule and Moremi was rusticated. Moremi was ashamed when she left the school because Omolara and Onyikon wasted no time to expose her to everyone and escorted her with insults. She learned her lesson the hard way. The lesson to be learned from this story is that no matter how long evil prevails, good must always defeat evil. No matter how crafty you feel you are, there is someone more crafty than you. We should not get comfortable doing evil. The repercussions can be very great. We must be careful who we make friends with, and we should never be too trusting of people, especially when we just met them. Finally, stay away from people that encourage you to do bad things. They are not on your side. Thank you for watching.